Imagine a farm where the animals rise up against their human master, dreaming of a society where they are free, equal, and in control of their own destiny. No more whips, no more chains, no more labor for someone else's profit. It sounds like the start of a heartwarming children's tale. But George Orwell's Animal Farm is no bedtime story, it's a razor-sharp political allegory wrapped in the simple language of a fable. Published in 1945, Animal Farm tells the story of Manor Farm, run by the neglectful and often drunk Mr. Jones. One night, the animals gather in the barn to hear old Major, a prize boar, speak of a vision. He dreams of a future where animals live free from human oppression, working together for the common good. Inspired, the animals rebel. They drive Mr. Jones off the farm and rename the place Animal Farm, vowing to create a society based on equality and shared labor. At first, the dream feels real. The animals write down 7 commandments on the barn wall, with ideals like all animals are equal and no animal shall kill any other animal. They work together to harvest the fields, and for a moment, it seems like the revolution has succeeded. But revolutions rarely end the way they begin. Slowly, the pigs, led by the clever and power-hungry Napoleon, along with the persuasive public speaker Snowball, take leadership roles. At first, they appear to be working for the common good. Snowball dreams of building a windmill to ease labor, while Napoleon at first resists and focuses on power. The two clash, and Napoleon eventually drives Snowball away with trained attack dogs, later claiming the windmill idea as his own. Under Napoleon's leadership, the farm begins to change, and not for the better. The commandments on the barn wall start to shift. Where once they read, "No animal shall sleep in a bed," they now say, "No animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets." "No animal shall kill any other animal" becomes "No animal shall kill any other animal without cause." The rules bend, but only to benefit the pigs. The animals work harder than ever, told that their sacrifices are for the good of the farm. But while the common animals struggle, the pigs live in comfort, drinking alcohol, wearing clothes, and eventually walking on 2 legs. The sheep are taught to chant, "4 legs good, 2 legs better," twisting their first slogan of 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. By the end, the pigs are indistinguishable from the humans they once overthrew. The message is clear: power corrupts, and revolutions can replace one form of tyranny with another. Orwell based Animal Farm directly on the events of the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the rise of Stalin. Napoleon represents Joseph Stalin, Snowball mirrors Leon Trotsky, and the rest of the animals symbolize the various social classes and political actors of that period. Because of its sharp political critique, Animal Farm faced censorship around the world. In the Soviet Union, it was outright banned for obvious reasons. It was a thinly veiled attack on their government. In the UK, it was initially delayed from publication because it might have offended the Soviet allies during World War II. In the United States, it has been challenged in schools for its political themes, ideology, and depictions of violence. Even decades later, it continues to be controversial in countries where political criticism is dangerous. What makes Animal Farm so enduring is its simplicity. Orwell didn't need complex language or dense political theory to make his point. Through the voice of farm animals, he showed how ideals can be twisted, how propaganda can manipulate the masses, and how those in power can convince the oppressed to work against their own interests. There's also a personal sting to the ending. The final scene, where the other animals peer through the farmhouse window and can no longer tell pigs from men, hits hard because it's a truth we've seen repeated in history, and sometimes in our own time. The faces of the rulers change, but the system of exploitation remains. For me, the brilliance of Animal Farm is that it works on 2 levels. As a child, you might read it as a strange, sad story about animals. As an adult, you see the politics, the manipulation, the slow decay of hope. Orwell makes the betrayal of the revolution feel inevitable, not because people, or pigs, are destined to be corrupt, but because power without accountability always bends towards self-interest. The book's lasting power lies in its warning. It tells us that revolutions are not ends in themselves, they're beginnings. The real work is not just overthrowing the oppressor, but preventing the new leader from becoming the same kind of oppressor. The question Orwell leaves us with is this: how do you build a society that lives up to its ideals, when those in power have the means to rewrite the rules? On Animal Farm, the answer is grim: you don't. But in our world, maybe we still have a choice.